There comes a moment in every life when the noise becomes too loud, when the plans, the goals, the endless chasing of what we think we need all begin to lose their meaning. We spend years trying to control everything. We shape our image, our stories, our future, as if life were something to be managed instead of experienced. But deep down, something feels off. Even when things look perfect on the surface, a quiet voice inside whispers, "There must be more." We try to silence that voice with achievements, distractions, or noise, but it never goes away. It waits, patiently, for the moment we finally stop running. Because beneath all the striving, there's a deeper truth. What we are looking for has never been outside us. It has been here, all along, hidden under the layers of fear, control, and expectation.
Fear begins the moment we forget who we are. We start believing that life is something happening to us, not through us. We build walls to protect ourselves from pain, but those same walls keep us from feeling alive. We fear loss, so we cling. We fear rejection, so we hide. We fear failure, so we pretend to be stronger than we feel. But fear is not the enemy. It's a messenger. It points us toward the parts of ourselves that need love. When we begin to listen to fear instead of fighting it, we realize it's not here to harm us, it's here to guide us home.
The dance of the ego. The ego is not evil. It's simply afraid. It's the part of us that believes we are separate from others, from life, from love. The ego says, "I must prove my worth." It builds identities, achievements, and masks, not out of pride, but out of fear of being nothing. We spend so much energy maintaining these masks that we forget what's real underneath. We compare, we compete, we control, thinking it will bring peace. But peace never comes from control. The more we chase security through ego, the further we drift from the quiet truth that peace was never gone. It was simply waiting for us to stop pretending. The art of letting go. We often mistake surrender for defeat. We think letting go means losing, as if we are giving up the fight for our dreams, our pride, our control. But true surrender is not about giving up. It is about opening up. When we stop trying to control every outcome, we make space for life to move through us. We begin to see that life was never against us. It was always trying to show us something deeper. The pain, the chaos, the heartbreak, they were not punishments. They were invitations to awaken. Surrender does not ask us to be passive. It asks us to trust. It asks us to flow with life instead of fighting against it. Because when we resist life, we suffer. But when we surrender, we grow. It's like standing in a river. If we fight the current, we exhaust ourselves. But if we trust it, the current carries us. Surrender is that trust, a quiet knowing that we are safe even when we cannot see what's ahead. When we stop grasping for control, something magical happens. we begin to feel again, not just joy, but everything. Sadness, fear, love, confusion. We begin to live with open hands instead of clenched fists. And in that openness, life breathes through us once more.
The illusion of control is a beautiful illusion. It gives us a sense of safety, a structure to hold on to when the world feels unpredictable. But the truth is, control is fragile. It cracks the moment life does something unexpected. We plan, we predict, we protect. But life, in its mysterious wisdom, always finds a way to show us that it cannot be contained. Every moment of loss, every plan that falls apart, is a reminder. We are not here to control life. We are here to experience it. To let go does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop clinging. We stop measuring our worth by what we can control. We stop confusing our identity with our circumstances. Letting go means trusting that life knows what it's doing, even when we don't. It means believing that the unfolding of events, no matter how uncertain, carries wisdom far greater than our plans. When we let go, we make room for something new to arrive. We become soft, receptive, alive. And in that softness, we rediscover our natural rhythm with the universe.
The return to love. After we surrender, what remains is love. Not the kind of love that depends on conditions. Not the love that says, I love you because, but the love that simply is. The love that breathes through everything. The love that has no opposite. When we stop running from pain, we realize that even pain is not separate from love. It's love in disguise, trying to wake us up, trying to bring us home. Love was never gone, it was only buried under layers of fear and judgment. As we peel back those layers, love begins to shine again, quietly, naturally, effortlessly. We start to see love not as a feeling we chase, but as a state of being, a remembering, a return. When we live in that love, we no longer need to prove anything. We no longer chase validation, attention, or approval, because we realize we are love itself. The very essence of life flows through us, and it always has. Love is not something to be found. It is something to be revealed. And it reveals itself the moment we stop trying to become more and instead begin to simply be. When we look through the eyes of love, even imperfection becomes beautiful. Every flaw becomes a fingerprint of the divine. Every wound becomes a door to empathy. And suddenly, the world feels alive again. The same streets, the same faces, the same sky, but seen through a softer lens. A lens that knows how to forgive, how to see light even in darkness. Love is not a destination. It is the path itself. It is what holds us, heals us, and guides us home.
Finding inner safety. True safety is not found in things staying the same. It's not in money, relationships, or certainty. True safety is found in our ability to meet life as it comes, to trust that whatever happens, we will still be okay. Inner safety is born the moment we stop seeking it outside ourselves. It's the quiet confidence that, even if the ground beneath us shifts, we will still find our footing.
It's knowing that storms may come, but they cannot destroy what is real within us. When we touch that inner safety, we become unshakable. Not because life stops being difficult, but because we no longer collapse when it is. We meet it with grace, with awareness, with presence. That is the real gift of surrender. It doesn't make life easier, it makes us freer. Becoming authentic. Once we no longer need to be perfect, we finally become real. We stop performing, we stop wearing masks, we stop pretending to be what the world expects, and instead begin to express what the soul truly feels. Authenticity is not about being loud or different. It's about being true, even in silence. It's about standing in our truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about choosing honesty over image, presence over performance. When we are authentic, we connect from the heart. We no longer need to impress. We simply express. We no longer seek attention. We offer presence. We no longer fear judgment. We embody truth. And when we live like that, we invite others to do the same. Our authenticity becomes permission for others to be free. That is how the world changes. Not through perfection, but through presence. Not through control, but through surrender. There comes a time in every journey when words fall away, when the mind finally grows quiet, when we no longer need to understand, we just need to be. That is the moment of stillness, the place where surrender becomes silence, and silence becomes truth. It's not dramatic or loud. It doesn't announce itself. It arrives softly, like dawn breaking after a long night. And in that silence, something within us whispers, "You are safe. You have always been safe. You can rest now." The heart, which once beat in fear, begins to beat in trust. The breath, once tight and shallow, becomes deep again. We return to our natural rhythm, the rhythm of life itself. And for the first time, we are truly here. The return to presence. Presence is where surrender leads. When we are fully present, we no longer live in resistance. We no longer chase the next moment or dwell in the last. We simply breathe, listen, and feel what is here. Every sound, every color, every heartbeat, everything becomes sacred again. We rediscover wonder in the smallest things. The way light touches a leaf, the sound of rain on an old roof, the warmth of another's hand. Presence turns the ordinary into holy ground. It reminds us that we don't need to reach enlightenment somewhere else. It's already here, in this breath, in this now. And that is the true art of surrender, to stop seeking life and finally live it. Maybe surrender was never about losing anything. Maybe it was always about remembering what we already are. We are not the fear that shakes us. We are not the control that binds us. We are not the stories that limit us. We are awareness itself, vast, infinite, gentle, the witness of all things, the ocean that holds every wave. And once we see that truth, we can finally rest, Not because everything is perfect, but because we no longer need it to be. Surrender is not an escape. It is a homecoming, a soft return to who we've always been. So take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your heart beating. You are here. You are safe. You are free. And life is holding you, as it always has.